So two cards fell out of the deck, and we'll keep these cards out. The King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted, a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. So I do think that she's going to have encouragement, probably from Sam. I don't know what sign he is. We'll look that up later. I'm going to do a separate reading on their charts. But King of Summer is somebody she can trust, who really wants her to be involved in performing again, because he sees how happy it makes her and because it just flows out of her. You see on her Instagrams, she wants to dance, she wants to sing, she wants to entertain you. And the Eight of Spring, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. Yes, she is definitely going to be having a lot of things happening to her this year, and I do think in the spring is the time of year when she's actually going to get it. A lot of things happening, a lot of court cases. So if any of the other old business management team is going to be coming out and doing anything in regards to her, it's going to be in the spring. I'm going to put those cards there, and I'm going to pull out, do it this way, so the cards I have. So the Nine of Winter. The Nine of Winter is her as a significator. She is very afraid of the court cases. She does not have total confidence yet that she will win. She has confidence in her counsel. She just doesn't think that she is going to get much out of her court cases. Yeah, she's running, she's kind of ruminating. This is why she needs to be in therapy, because she's just going over and over in her head that it's just going to stay the same monetarily, that she's not going to be able to change those contracts. And then we have the Ten of Autumn, which correlates to the Ten of Pentacles, and she really wants to set up a legacy for her sons that is meaningful and is reflective of the actual amount of her estate. Her estate has been depleted horribly by her father and her business team, and she wants to replenish the monies into that, because she not only wants to provide for her family, but she wants to give to others. She wants to help other people. And her estate right now is at 60 million, which is nothing to sneeze at, but for a superstar of her status, it should be 5 times that. She should maybe be a billionaire by now, because her fragrance companies are making billions, multiple billions per year. So right there, that has to come back into her name immediately. And I'm sure Matthew Rosengart is working on that. The next card is the Six of Winter, and this represents her subconscious thoughts. And subconsciously, she knows things are going to change, but remember her thoughts in the beginning, her signifier card, it's just hard for her to wrap her head around things being different. She hasn't seen it, so she can't really believe it. So this says, positive changing are on the way, and this is the card of moving from troubled to calm waters. And so she has an innate understanding that that is what's happening in her life, but it's just hard for her to believe that the monetary aspect of it is really going to change. And in the past, Three of Summer, which is the Three of Cups, she's happy. She got her court case. She got out of the conservatorship. That makes her really, really happy. I can't wait to see her friends come back into her life. And you can bet that her cousin and her friend, was her name Felicia? I want to say Felicia, but I'm not sure. But the woman who was always on tour with her, and then her cousin who lived with her, neither whom I can remember their name, but no matter. I can't wait to see them come back into her life, because I'm sure, talking about her wedding, I'm sure they're going to help her and be involved. And then we have the short-term future, which is the dreamer. Embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. And I do think, with her Sag sun and her Libra rising, I think it's Libra rising or Libra moon, I can't remember. But with both of these going on, she will embrace a dream, and she will formulate where she wants to go from here. It's just she's having a hard time believing that she can actually do these things. And she's also giving herself the time to just sort of like let the dust settle after the, conservatorship, and just come back to being just Britney. She doesn't want to, and this is smart of her, she doesn't want to do anything as a reaction. She wants to get things really, really settled so that when she moves on, it's a straight road. She just moves on. And then for her challenge, we have the Nine of Autumn, which actually says reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. So her challenge is to go back to work because she's got these other things that she wants to do, and she really wants to do them. She really wants to get married. She still wants to have a baby, which could be possible. She lives in the land of Oz, so, anything's possible there. And she wants to go back to performing and creating. Look at those beautiful grapes in this picture. This is such a picture of fertility and prosperity and fecundity. And that's all Britney. She may be 40, but that's nothing in the land of make-believe that she lives in California. She can still have a baby if she wants to. Then we have, this is the way she sees herself. Unity, doing the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. Boy, this is her to a T. So Britney has already said she really wants to help others who cannot help themselves and who are not as strong as she is. She notes that she's a very strong person, and she was able to handle 13 years of a conservatorship, but most people, she feels, probably wouldn't be strong enough to do it, and she wants to help those people. She's just an amazing Sag spirit. Then we have, this is how others see her, and this is the Queen of Winter. Of course it's a queen. Everybody thinks of her as a queen. Strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny. That's her. That's really her. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individuals. So it is time for her to focus on her career, and her career is got to focus first on her money. She has to figure out how to make that money work for her and how to get back as much of it as she possibly can. And I think for her, the real, whatever she gets back from the other people is really going to be a drop in the bucket. But what's going to be important for her is actually just collecting the income, the passive income that she can collect from things like her fragrances. Maybe she'll start up her clothing line again, her merch. So she can just first capture the income from all of her merchandise, and then she can write more songs and make sure that all of the tours or concerts or recordings or sales of anything associated with that music comes to her. And I think that's probably in the works. And then we have her hopes and fears is the Three of Winter, and it says reach out to others for comfort and love. You'll grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. Boy, isn't that the truth? She does have to heal her sadness. Try to get the thing in there so you can read it. She does have to heal from the sadness. This was a very, very sad period of her life, a very long period of her life, and she does really need to heal from that. And the final outcome is the Nine of Spring. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservatism. Well, her fairy spirit is coming through, and you can be sure that Britney's probably going to do something also about the environment. She just has that energy, that fairy energy in there. But I think it's important, the first line of this, protect the fruits of your labors. That and prepare for possible challenges that lay ahead. So that is the most important thing for her. Protecting the fruits of her labors. Isn't that a beautiful card? And then there's the caption below it. She's really got her work cut out for her with this. I'm going to do a Moonology card. Let's just shuffle these. These are not such humongous cards. They're still stiff. They're very new, but I can shuffle them. And a Moonology card just to give us a little information about how her fight for her money is going to go. And what does she need to do? Oh, we didn't look at the other two cards that we pulled. The Eight of Spring goes very well along with this. Lots of court cases. And the King of Summer, yeah, that's the thing with Sam. Okay, so we did look at those. Okay, so put those there, and let's get our Moonology card. Will Britney be able to get all or a little bit or some or half or something of her money back from all of the people who stole it from her? Okay, them out a little bit. Yeah, they just come in big clumps. Take this bottom one here. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, she's not going to worry so much about the actual amount of money that she gets back or doesn't get back. I think for her, it's the principle of the thing that she needs to let them know, them being her previous business management and her father, she needs to really let them know that they're not going to steal or take anything from her anymore, and that they're not going to threaten her anymore, that she's not going to give in to their bullying and badgering in a legal sense or an emotional sense anymore. That's what she, and partially she has to prove that to herself as well. So 2022 is going to be a big year of learning for Britney, a big year of dealing with the aftermath of this conservatorship. She's planning a wedding with her fiance. She's looking out for her children and the legacy of her children, and she's looking towards her own good mental health and the future of her performing. You know, she may not perform until 2023, although I find that highly doubtful. I think she'll be back in the saddle pretty quick. As long as she isn't pregnant, I think she'll try to be performing, but I don't know when she'll start performing. I think she has to write some new songs. I think that's the big thing for her. And you better believe that if she wants to go back to a Las Vegas residency, they will be drooling to get her. They will give her the sweetest sweetheart deal you can ever think of. Her father will have nothing to do with it. He'll have nothing to do with it. So that's the reading on when and will she get her money back. And I don't see in any of this that she will have a resolution on the money actually in 2022. I think it may take longer than that. But I do think there will be a lot of lawsuits back at her protesting that she's asking for this money back. Most of them, their argument is going to be, well, it was sanctioned by the court. But if the premise of the conservatorship is undermined by the premise that she shouldn't have been in the conservatorship in the first place, then we have a whole other civil matter that has to be decided. And that's where a lot of money will be exchanged. So she will get something going in 2022, but I think the real resolution of all of that is not going to be until 2023. And that's my prediction.